So this is our first D review. This is Zoe. I'm Sean. This is Drew. Starts with D. We just watched the movie Killer Elite.
Mm-hmm. Killer Elite is directed by Gary McKendry, starring Robert De Niro, Jason Statham, and Clive Owen. So the movie is about... It starts off with Jason Statham and Robert De Niro's characters being some sort of mercenaries. Statham does the whole stepping out of the business and then is pulled back in when Robert De Niro's character takes a job and it sort of goes south.
I think you're missing a key aspect.
I didn't understand the plot.
Jason Statham murders a bunch of people and then he realizes there's a child in the car. Right. And then he has a change of heart. Change of heart. Thank you.
Right.
And they flash back to that a bunch of times. Shit, there's a child in the car. Like, children might see what we're doing. That is a bad thing.
Right. I can kill grown men, but when kids are involved...
But when kids even see...
No. And later on in the movie, when women are involved, no killing. What did you think of Killer Elite?
Well, while we're on the subject of actors,
yes.
Clive Owen is just... There was no depth to his character. There was... Do you disagree?
I don't disagree. I just am not sure that I felt any connection to any of the characters throughout the movie.
Clive Owen's mustache just threw me off the whole time, too. I've never seen him in that before.
His mustache.
There's a lot
He had a pretty killer mustache.
Yeah.
Should have been called Killer Mustache.
There's so many good
Starring
mustaches in this film.
But then you would have thought that he was the killer. It was called Killer Mustache, the only person with the mustache. Okay.
And they had those bits in where they're sitting at the table and they were explaining the movie a little bit too.
At the beginning,
didn't make sense.
The first half of the movie did that.
Yeah.
That was, hey, sit down and explain the plot to me.
Yeah.
While these two characters.
And you had no idea how they knew any of the information that they were explaining either.
And even Clive Owen's character, who came in pretty late in the movie, his character introduction was one of those table sittings where they were like, you are ex-SAS, and you were doing this, and I was like, I would much rather have a character be introduced in a way where I see them acting in a certain way. Maybe there's an actual dialogue that progresses the plot.
We have to do something. Close it down.
Basically reading his resume. They read me Clive Owen's resume. And were like, here is who he is.
But...
Continue with the movie.
It started with... This guy is in an action scene. Right?
Brad Silencer?
Yeah,
no, Clive Owen's character? I don't even know when the fuck he popped into the movie. He just appeared all of a sudden.
But there was a lot of... He got cut, and he tried to cut the other guy. He smashed his head.
What?
He tried to smash... No, he smashed some guy's head, and the other guy smashed some guy's head, and they're like, shit, this is happening.
You're talking about Clive Owen and John Stamos.
Jason Statham's.
Right. Uncle Jesse.
Continue. They smashed each other's heads several times.
Yes,
and I thought that they would have been bleeding. And that pulls you into the character. It's like, that guy should have been hurt, but he wasn't hurt.
No, they're Superman.
Yeah.
I was also really confused with how after that entire fight scene, huge fight scene, and really cool. I will say the movie had pretty cool fight scenes and action scenes. They were decent.
I disagree.
That fight scene in the hospital, you didn't think that was
pretty
cool? I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool.
shitty. That was stupid.
Okay.
It was.
We're
fucking
divided on that then. That's fine.
typical action
But-
scene from a fucking shitty blockbuster Hollywood movie.
Fair enough.
Go on.
We're divided,
Okay.
but that's okay.
We're not divided. It's true. I'm speaking the truth, and you're saying that was a good action scene.
It was
Your
decent for what
subjective,
it was.
No,
your subjective
it was
opinion
bad
is
for
wrong.
what it was. It was bad all around. It was stupid.
So anyway, they get in this fight scene in the hospital room.
Yes.
People are thrown into glass.
That was pretty cool.
repeatedly.
For, no. For, but it was
Anyway,
shitty.
so they go through this whole fight scene.
It was shitty.
They go through
Go
this
on.
fight scene.
Yes, yes.
They're thrown in glass. Jason Statham has a bottle smashed
Oh, yeah,
over his
yeah.
head, straight up.
yeah, I mentioned that.
Right.
Glass.
So he's
In the
he
face.
should be all cut the fuck up, like you said.
He should have been. He
Later,
should have been all
next scene, he's
He's
completely fine, and he has his ribs wrapped up.
Yeah.
What?
Nothing
You got hit in the
happened
head
to
with
you.
a fucking bottle,
Yeah.
and your ribs are wrapped up? I don't remember anything happening to the guy's ribs.
Yeah.
Specifically, I remember specific instances where his face was fucked.
Yeah.
That stood out to me too. I was like, oh, he's all wrapped up here, but he got all fucked up here.
Right. The
Yeah.
makers of this film seem to want us to take a lot of things for granted. One of those things, and probably the most important for the plot, being that Statham and De Niro's characters were like really tight friends. And they gave us nothing, in my mind, to imply
But
that.
in the overall plot, that meant shit.
It meant everything though. That's
No,
why
no.
Statham got involved.
It was
That was the whole reason to do
It was a
everything.
story-driven. I don't attach any emotion to anybody because we are gonna bring you somewhere. We're
We're
gonna
gonna
take you
drag
somewhere.
you
We're gonna
through.
drag you.
Yeah.
We're gonna show you what you are supposed to feel, how you're supposed to feel, who does what to somebody, and you're not supposed to feel for anybody. This is how the story goes. But I don't know why these two people like each other. I don't give a fuck. It ends this way. I respect what you have to say.
Nope. But I.
Oh.
Closing comments.
Oh, I'm starting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell the camera. I think
Right.
they want to know.
So for Killer Elite, I would probably give it maybe a 4 out of 10. The action sequences at times were cool. If you really want to just not pay attention to plot and want to watch people fight, and maybe watch some stuff blow up, it would be a decent movie. At the same time, I didn't really find it entertaining. If you wanted like a really good action film for that sort of sense, there are better ones out there that have come out recently, like maybe Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. A lot better in that sense. Plotline, garbage. Acting, not necessarily bad, considering the script. Character development was crap. The movie's honestly not good. Generally, I would say don't watch it.
Zoe.
I also felt like the whole plot was very convoluted. The characters were hollow. I found some of the cinematography was kind of alright. It got kind of bland towards the end. Yeah, overall, you don't feel for any of the characters. You had to fill in a lot of blanks yourself as far as the plot was concerned. I just felt confused half the time. And I don't know, I probably don't bother watching it either. It was really,
I agree with both Zoe and Drew that the fucking it's not a good movie. It didn't deliver. It was boring. The action scenes sucked.
Yeah.
Nobody felt
Times.
anything for the characters, and yeah, Killer Elite is a waste of your time. If you want to watch something like Killer Elite, watch another movie. It's almost like Bill Murray stepped in to direct this movie.